Hey everyone, Billboard Chris here. I'm in Ottawa. I'm having a protest today. It's a little bit crazy, but police are doing a tremendous job. They're actually keeping the counter-protesters separate from us for once, which is fantastic. And I'm here with the one and only Melanie Bennet. She runs a blog. She talks a lot about the cultural problems in Canada, about the problems with the education system. But you had an interesting visitor come to your house recently.
So Pierre Poilievre about a month ago was door knocking, and he just happened to be door knocking in my street, and he came to my house. And I managed to have maybe about a 10-minute conversation with him, one-on-one, with basically nobody around, just his MP in my area. And it was pretty eye-opening.
What'd you talk about?
So I care a lot about the woke issues in Canada. I really would like Conservative or any politicians to be talking about it and how it's affecting our institutions and our bureaucracies. And I managed to discuss that with him. In fact, I was skeptical about Pierre Poilievre for a long time because I wasn't hearing him talk about woke issues, maybe a little bit here and there, but he wasn't very strong on it. But he changed my mind when he came to my house. I mean, the whole time we were talking, and this is his words, he said to me that he wanted to get the woke communists out of the institutions. And those are his words, they were not my words, which is kind of risky because he didn't know who I was. He doesn't know that I write about this stuff and I talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was a good conversation.
I wish he would speak like that publicly.
So do I. I think they could still be stronger, but in the document that they put out there? What's it called
They
again?
said that they're going to get men out of women's prisons.
But he also mentioned that they were going to be an anti-woke government.
Yeah,
so,
right.
You know, we'll see what that means in the long run, but I'm kind of rooting for them at this point.
He's only ever mentioned the term puberty blockers once.
Yes.
He was actually kind of cornered in an interview about Danielle Smith's ban in Alberta.
Yeah. But listen.
And he did say that he was personally against them. He said in other interviews that it's a provincial issue.
Yeah.
And it's not just a provincial issue. There's a bill C4, that they need to repeal that made it a crime of conversion therapy to essentially help your child feel comfortable with their sex.
The moment I started talking about woke, he said to me, we're going to end child transition. He just said that. Now, you can choose not to believe him, but that is what he said to me.
No, I tweeted about this because you told me about this before. And that's encouraging that he says it privately. I know, though, for years, I know how these conservatives stand privately.
Yes.
But they never say anything publicly.
Yes.
They're slowly starting to say a few things here and there.
Yeah.
So it is good.
I should have asked him about C16 and C4, but I didn't get the opportunity when I was actually talking to him. Listen,
But it is good that at least privately he wants to
I got a good vibe. I'm not a big fan of politicians generally.
Yeah.
I'm pretty skeptical. But I got a good feeling speaking to him. He felt pretty genuine. Look, Pierre Poilievre in private is a very different person to the person that you see in public.
Right.
It's obviously a persona that is on stage and all these rallies, but the person in private seemed to be much more genuine. So I'm going to choose.
I wish he would bring that public.
So do I.
Because you know what? It would also help him.
I agree with you.
And my message for the Conservative Party, and I try to stay apolitical. I work with politicians all over the world. Go vote for whoever you want to vote for. It's a fact that the PPC has been the only party publicly consistently speaking out against this.
Yeah.
So if people want to vote for PPC, go for it. If you want to vote for Conservative, go for it.
Yeah.
I don't think we should shame people for whoever they're voting for. Fact is, the PPC wouldn't exist if the Conservatives were speaking out more boldly about a lot of these cultural issues.
Yeah. Well, a lot of things wouldn't exist if people would actually bother speaking out about these issues.
Yeah, and this is a winning issue.
Yeah, I agree.
I've had tens of thousands of conversations. I get more than 90% support when I'm out on the streets.
But the other thing is Canadians need to speak out.
Yes.
Just normal, average Canadians need to speak to their neighbors, speak to their family, because whilst you get all that private support, we're still in this position.
Right.
It's not changing anything. People are still afraid to speak in Canada. We need more people to be more brave in coming out and actually saying what they feel in public.
Yeah, Canadians tend to be a bit reserved.
Yes.
But on this issue, the truth is getting out there. We're going to keep getting it out there. It's simply a matter of time until we stop this.